we are live on the first official episode of Life on the Road with Ebb and Flow. I doubt anyone's listening. Haven't told anybody to listen yet, but eventually people listen. I'm here with got Joel in my car. I just met him. You know, that's how this goes with Uber. You usually don't pick up people that you know. But welcome, Joel.
Thank you.
I don't know exactly how to introduce you. I've never met you before, but if you want.
Name's Joel. Obviously. Originally from Jersey, but I moved out of Jersey at the age of 10. Lived the rest of my life in Virginia. So, coming from Virginia, moved here not too long ago. It's nice. I can say it's nice. New York is pretty nice. Better than the area I was living in. So, more opportunities. Started working at UPS around April, and it's been working at UPS ever since.
So what is that? So did you move here around April too?
I moved before April, so I started work around April. I moved around, I think, Thanksgiving, and I was living in Rochester for a little bit. My girlfriend got a job offer here in Albany, so she took it. We moved down here, and I actually like Albany a lot better than Rochester.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. Not to shit on Rochester or anything, but I myself had just been staying out that way, more western New York, in Syracuse, and then I had been driving out to Rochester for the job that I had while I was living there, or one of the jobs, and I don't know, dude, Rochester just got like a whole weird vibe to it. They got a cool bridge.
Yeah. I mean, the food's nice, but like just the culture in like Rochester, it's just like, do I belong here? Do I or not? So, got the experience here. It's just a lot more than Rochester, even though Rochester is considered, a bigger city, obviously. But,
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Every place is a little different. I guess I'm glad that you like Albany better because I'm from here and screw Rochester or whatever.
So, are you like originally from New York?
Yeah, born and raised right in this stretch of land, man. I've been driving all over this godforsaken place for, I don't even know, the last, how old am I? 25, so
Okay.
6, 7, 8 years of just like working in warehouses, driving around like all the way up to Canada, down Connecticut, New York City. I never actually got to go there for any like work,
Yeah.
but I've driven down to the city plenty of times.
So, you've been to Canada. How's Canada?
Dude, to the wildest thing, like I went to the border
Yeah.
to like drop material off. Like I'm staring at the thing that people like drive through to get into Canada. So I'm like within spitting distance of the country, but I never actually got to go in to Canada. It's so messed up. And now like with COVID and everything, like it just sounds like it's gonna be way more like a pain in the ass to get in there right now than it's worth.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they still have the border closed. But only travel, if you're only traveling, they allow you to go through.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think you can really go to Canada whenever you want to.
Yeah, but I know right now, I don't know what they're like. They gotta be like super hardcore with the vaccine and everything, I would think, but I'm not. So, and then you gotta like quarantine when you're there, and like I don't want to spend 2 weeks just to like then experience the place.
Right.
I'm just gonna wait till everyone gets off their like authoritarian high horse and just kind of go to the places that aren't as crazy strict with it. Like I want to go to like Peru next summer. I'm gonna go to Hawaii in February. So it's technically well, obviously Peru's not, but Hawaii is like in the United States, but they probably got something about it because like people are coming from the other side of the world too.
So you traveled a lot.
I'm like right at the starting line of beginning to like say that like I've traveled and been to all these places. Like, so I've been going to California, and this past New Year's I went to Costa Rica to drink ayahuasca, which is like this plant medicine from South America, and then also like there's like different traditions, I think, all over the world that, like, in some way, shape, or form do a similar ceremony with a similar type of potion or substance. But I'm not 1,000% because I haven't read the book that my old high school girlfriend that I happened to run into at an open mic told me about.
Yeah.
It was so random, but it was so cool to see her and like see that she's doing well and everything, and that she added this random like tidbit of information that like I can add into my story. It was cool. But went to Costa Rica to start doing that. I sat with a traditional Shabibo shaman from Peru for like 3 ceremonies, and then I went to California because I like while I was waiting to go to the first ceremonial place, the retreat center, Soltara, they had me wait a day because the COVID test that I had gotten so I could get to the place was like I had done it too early before arriving. I missed it by like a couple of days or something. So they made me go back to a hospital in Lima and like.
So do you go around like you do a lot of podcasting?
That's the plan right now.
Right now.
Yeah, it's just like because I'm gonna move to California in the end of January to like work at a retreat center to facilitate ceremonies when it gets finished building, whatever. And then
California's nice. I haven't been to California. I want to go to California, but I don't know what areas to visit.
Right. Yeah, you need a tour guide or something. It's so I've been to LA, San Francisco, and Lake Tahoe.
Which one's the biggest, LA or San Francisco?
I think it's LA. I think it's LA. I could definitely be wrong, but like San Francisco is like we drove across the Golden Gate Bridge, went down into like this crazy like expensive part of it where it's like everything is on this super steep like hill. It's like in a bowl or whatever on the bay, and then like I don't know, dude. It definitely. I didn't get to go like in the city of San Francisco, unfortunately, but I think LA is bigger just from like looking at like the map and like seeing how many neighborhoods are just considered in the LA area, dude. It's huge. It's crazy how like it's just this.
I was told by my friends because I have a few friends that live in LA. Man, it's a lot more expensive over there than here in New York. But yeah, LA would be the first stop to if I wanted to go to Cali. Culture is so different over there.
There's so many, not competing factions, but just like different kinds of people that like it has to be that way.
I would think like the world in general, like United States is like it's competing. You said like competing factions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in general the United States have like everything is so competitive. Like you're talking about like the competitive environment, basically.
No, you're not wrong to take it that way. I meant just like how every different person that looks different than me, looks different than you, like they all have their like unconscious cultural like things about them because they I'm so sorry for you, sir, but that they like
it's pretty awesome to see, going to different places and like hearing people's like, different stories, how they wait, like what they've been through and where they got at and stuff.
Right, no, exactly. That's why I'm doing this podcast, just because it's like gonna road trip out there, and then I'm gonna try to map out certain cities to go to, and just like Uber around for a little bit, and like try to get some good conversations that way, and just like meet people and like grow through that avenue. But then also just like experiencing the cultures and like meeting people, and having them tell really interesting stories, and just I don't know, just recording it so that in the future, like 70 years from now, I can like look back and be like, oh yeah, when I was 25 and I started doing this crazy shit, like this is where we were at, and like.
Well, I hope we take off. I support everyone that's doing content, and they want to build their brand and stuff. So I actually want to do the same too as well. Just don't know where to start. Mm-hmm. I do it like video games, like the world. I stream a lot of video games and stuff, and I compete, in video games, like the ESports thing. There are actually like a lot of colleges that have a lot of like eSport teams and stuff.
I know.
It's just pretty cool how the way it works and everything. Other than that,
got it because like when I was in high school, we had this thing called JTerm.
Yeah.
Like during January, they give a month out of the school year, they let us study whatever we want related to like trying to like find a job in the future.
Right.
So one of the years, I don't think they would have ever let us do this, but like me and my friend wanted to just like try to become professional like video game players basically in this one video game.
So it's so hard to become one because not only that like it's really hard, but everybody nowadays is trying to do it.
Right.
It's like that 1% out of like that 100% that will like make it because you gotta dedicate your life to it. Your work is literally in your room and like your computer and you're playing a game like more than 10 hours a day, and it's pretty hard to like try to balance out like even if you're growing up, try to balance out a job while trying to compete because like they have like esports itself have like practice just like real life sports.
Oh yeah.
And you have teammates depending on what game it is. You have teammates you have to show up to like scrimmages like scrims and stuff, and you have tournaments that are held. There's like these events called LAN events, and they held them in like different states and stuff. So what if to be big in it, you have to have like a Twitter platform, just like a social media platform, to grow and then to grow your own brand, to have your own fans. And I'll say it's pretty tough, but you gotta network your way. If you do make it, it's all worth it. And if like you don't, like you just keep working hard, to make it. It's pretty fun.
No, I agree.
That competitive environment, everybody's trying to compete for that, the big bucks and trying to get salary just to make video games. It would be pretty cool to be like, why are you driving around this like car? Oh, I'm a professional gamer.
Yeah, right. No, I agree, man. I just think that anybody that's like putting in the time and effort to chase their dreams, it's like it's not really time wasted, man. That like, even though other people will tell you to not because they gave up on their dreams.
Yeah, that's what I don't agree with is that like other people they're bitter. They don't like seeing other people doing what they love doing because they couldn't do it or they quit.
Right.
And I personally tell other people, do what you love doing. Don't do things that you don't love doing and put yourself through that misery.
Right. Life's way too short, dude.
Yeah, life is way too short.
Everybody takes it for granted that they think that there's a guarantee on tomorrow, and there isn't.
Yeah.
Which can be very upsetting to people that haven't contemplated their own mortality.
Right. I feel like people can. I feel like this world can be a lot better if not only like support like a lot of things, but do what you love doing. There's a lot of people that just don't love what they're doing and like only doing it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of like miserable people. Now that can be taken out of context. Like I'm just speaking about just like positivity needs to be spread more than negativity. It seems like in this world nowadays, people like spread negativity than positivity. Because like negativity is like the norm. Everything could be a lot better if everybody was just positive. Days can be rough, yeah, I get that, but as long as you keep pushing, things will eventually get better.
No, I agree, man. It's I think part of the reason for that is the way that our brains are quote unquote like designed to work.
Yeah.
That like back in the day when we were cavemen, because that's what we were for majority of our existences, like it's written into our very DNA, like these instincts and like these thought patterns, the way like we see a snake or a spider and people are like, yo, get me away from that, it's gonna kill me, because like how many of their ancestors died because of that or whatever. But that the need for survival, the unconscious desire to continue to the next day.
Yeah, I need to survive the next day. Everybody's on like survival.
It's like makes it so the reticulator activating system, this really fancy thing that basically just means the thing that part of your brain that knows what the fuck it's looking at and looking for is designed to look for things that are like negative so you can avoid them and survive.
Right.
So it's like we're essentially consciously evolving by choosing to focus on the positive because we don't need that programming anymore. We don't need to be in that constant state of like, shit, is that thing gonna kill me? Like, do I gotta look around the corner for a tiger that's gonna fucking rip my head off? Like, no, I don't, because I know I'm in like this really, really, really safe place. So, like, I'm fine.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like it's all love and light and all that. If you can focus on it and stay grounded.
Yeah, don't change your mind. I feel like, in my opinion, like once you change your mind, oh, it's on the left right here.
You got it.
Once you change your mind, and you're just gonna be confused. Don't change your mind. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing. Things will get better. Life will get better eventually. Just keep chasing your dreams. Honestly.
Amen, brother. It's what is it? It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be
Right.
prepared.
It says wait. It's good for those who wait for an opportunity, but it's even better for those who create an opportunity for themselves. So.
Thank you for that, man. We'll leave it with that. It's a great soundbite. I love it.
You have a good one, man. I hope your whole podcast blows up. Like I said, I 100% support a lot of people who create content and put a lot of work in their content. So
absolutely, man. It will. I know it will.